There are moments in life when nothing seems to make sense. Doors close, plans fall apart, people leave, opportunities disappear. And if you are not careful, you will think that God has forgotten about you. But I came to tell you today that sometimes what feels like a setback is actually a setup. Sometimes when everything looks like it's falling apart, heaven is quietly putting the pieces together for the greatest door of your life to open. You see, before God opens a big door, He often prepares the person who is going to walk through it. And preparation rarely feels comfortable. Preparation will stretch you. Preparation will challenge you. Preparation will take you through seasons that make you question everything you thought you knew. But the truth is, God does His best work in the hidden seasons. One of the first signs that God is preparing to open your biggest door is pressure. When the pressure increases in your life, it does not always mean you are under attack. It can mean you are under construction. Diamonds are formed under pressure. Oil is produced under pressure. And sometimes God allows pressure because He is producing something valuable inside of you. The pressure you feel today may be the very thing that prepares you for the door you prayed for yesterday. Another sign is unexpected delays. We live in a world that loves speed. We want everything now, but God is not in a hurry the way we are. Sometimes He delays things because the blessing is bigger than the moment you are standing in. If God gave it to you too early, it might crush you instead of elevate you. The delay is not denial. The delay is divine timing. Then there are the closed doors. We all hate closed doors. We pray, we hope, we work hard, and then suddenly something shuts down. But what we don't always realize is that God will close doors that look good but are not His will. Some doors close because God is protecting you. Some doors close because they are too small for where He is taking you. When God is preparing to open your biggest door, smaller doors start shutting so you won't settle for less. Another powerful sign is a shift in your circle. Sometimes people you used to walk with cannot go where you are going. It doesn't mean they are bad people. It just means their season with you is changing. God will sometimes remove certain voices from your life so that you can clearly hear His voice. When your environment begins to change, it may be because God is preparing you for a new level. Pressure is one of the clearest indicators that God is preparing you for something greater. When you feel stretched beyond your comfort zone, when responsibilities seem heavier than they should be, and when challenges appear at every turn, it can feel overwhelming. Many people look at pressure and see only struggle. But what they fail to recognize is that pressure is often a sign of divine preparation. God does not allow pressure in your life simply to weigh you down or to punish you. He allows it because He is shaping you, molding you, and strengthening you for the door that is coming. Pressure develops character. Pressure builds endurance. Pressure teaches you to rely not on your own strength, but on the power and guidance of God. Every moment of pressure is an opportunity to grow in patience, to deepen your faith, and to discover capabilities you didn't even know existed within you. It is in the pressure that hidden potential is awakened. Like a diamond that is formed under intense heat and immense pressure, the finest parts of your spirit are revealed in moments of difficulty. And just as a metal is tempered in fire to become strong and resilient, the trials and pressures in your life are designed to fortify you for the responsibilities and opportunities that lie ahead. When you feel pressed, it is not a signal to quit. It is a signal to hold on tighter, to trust more deeply, and to lean into God's plan. What may feel unbearable today is actually a refining process that will equip you for a greater purpose tomorrow. Those who understand the value of pressure learn to embrace it rather than resist it. They learn that pressure is temporary, but the results it produces are eternal. God is not only preparing a door for you, He is preparing you for that door. And pressure is one of the main tools He uses in the workshop of your life. Every burden, every challenge, and every moment of struggle carries within it a hidden lesson, a hidden strength, and a hidden breakthrough. If you can endure the pressure faithfully with integrity and hope, you will emerge on the other side ready for the opportunity that God has been orchestrating all along. Pressure is not your enemy. It is your ally. It is God's way of saying, I am equipping you. I am strengthening you. I am preparing you for what is coming. Those who recognize this truth can face every season of pressure with confidence, knowing that it is part of a divine plan to usher them into their greatest victory. Delays in life can be frustrating. You set your goals, you pray, you plan, and yet it feels like nothing is moving forward. You look at the calendar, you check your progress, and you begin to wonder, why is this taking so long? Did God forget me? But the truth is, delays are not denials. They are a part of God's divine timing, and they often indicate that something greater is being prepared behind the scenes. God works on a schedule that we cannot always see, and His timing is perfect. Sometimes if things came too quickly, they could overwhelm you or even harm you. A delay allows God to make adjustments, align circumstances, and position the right people and resources so that when the door finally opens, it opens fully and abundantly. Delays are a sign that God is orchestrating your life with precision. During delays, there is an opportunity for growth. You learn patience, perseverance, and trust. You develop the resilience needed to handle the responsibilities that will come with your breakthrough. Every moment of waiting is a chance to prepare your mind, strengthen your spirit, and refine your character. When you are in a delay, it is easy to become discouraged, to compare yourself to others, or to doubt whether you are on the right path. But God uses these moments to cultivate faith in your heart. He is teaching you to trust Him, not just for the timing of the door, but for the provision, protection, and purpose that will come through it. Delays also have a way of filtering out what is not meant for you. While you wait, distractions fall away and your focus sharpens. What is truly for you cannot be taken away, and what is not meant for you will not arrive prematurely. The key is to remain faithful, consistent, and patient during the waiting season. Continue to prepare, continue to grow, continue to pray, and continue to act in the areas God has placed in front of you. When the right time comes, everything will align perfectly. Doors that come too soon can lead to missed opportunities, failure, or unpreparedness. But doors that open in God's perfect timing lead to purpose, success, and lasting impact. So if you are experiencing delays, do not lose hope. Do not give up. The waiting is not wasted. God is at work behind the scenes, arranging, aligning, and preparing for your biggest breakthrough yet. The delay is a signal that the right door is coming, and when it opens, it will be worth every moment of waiting. Expand 3 into 400 words without heading. Closed doors in life can feel like rejection. You work hard, you pray, you hope, and then suddenly an opportunity disappears or a path shuts down before you even reach it. It can be painful, confusing, and even discouraging. But what if I told you that closed doors are often God's way of redirecting you? Not every door that looks appealing is meant for you. Sometimes what seems like a setback is actually a set up for something far greater. God has a bigger plan than what you can see, and closed doors are His way of protecting you from what is not meant for your life. Some doors close because the timing is not right. You may not have the skills, the experience, or the maturity required for the next step, and God is keeping you from entering too soon. Other doors close because they are too small. You may be standing in front of an opportunity that seems good, but God is preparing to take you into a season that exceeds your expectations. If you settle for the closed door, you may miss the open one that is tailor-made for your purpose. Closed doors also teach patience and faith. They force you to pause, to reflect, and to trust that God is working behind the scenes. While it is tempting to push against every obstacle or to force a door open, sometimes the greatest victories come from waiting for the door that God Himself opens. In addition, closed doors help you develop discernment. They train you to recognize what aligns with your calling and what does not. Every no or stop you experience can be a lesson in wisdom, teaching you to seek God's guidance rather than relying solely on your own understanding. Furthermore, closed doors often prepare you for a new path. When one opportunity closes, God is creating space for the next one. Sometimes you cannot see it yet, but every closed door is a step toward the one that is perfectly aligned with your destiny. The key is not to focus what you cannot enter on what God is preparing for you. Trust that nothing is random. Trust that every closed door has a purpose. And most importantly, trust that the right door will open at the right time, bringing with it blessings, opportunities, and breakthroughs that are far beyond what you imagine. Closed doors are not the end. They are redirections, protections, and invitations to something far greater than you could have planned on your own. When God is preparing to open your biggest door, one of the most noticeable signs is a shift in your circle. People who were once close to you, who walked with you through seasons of life, may start to move in different directions. Relationships that once felt permanent may feel distant, and the dynamics you were used to may no longer exist. At first, this can be painful. We naturally resist change, especially when it involves people we care about deeply. But shifts in your circle are often a divine signal that you are stepping into a new season, one that requires alignment with your purpose and your destiny. God uses changes in your environment to remove distractions, negative influences, or limiting relationships that could hold you back from the breakthrough He has planned. It's not about punishment or abandonment, it's about positioning you for success. The people who remain or enter your life during this time are often those who are meant to support, challenge, and inspire you on the next level. This shift is also a test of discernment and spiritual maturity. It teaches you to value quality over quantity in relationships, to prioritize those who lift you up, and to recognize when it is time to let go of connections that no longer serve your growth. Sometimes the people leaving your life were never meant to accompany you into the next chapter. Other times, God is creating space for new alliances, mentors, or partnerships that are essential for the door He is about to open. The shift in your circle also encourages independence and reliance on God. When familiar support systems change, you learn to trust Him more deeply, to seek His guidance above human counsel, and to develop confidence in the path He has set before you. It is in these moments that you begin to understand that your destiny is not dependent on anyone else but God Himself. This realignment can feel uncomfortable, even lonely, but it is a crucial part of preparation. Every change, every departure, every new connection is strategically placed by God to position you for your breakthrough. The people who align with your purpose will strengthen you, challenge you, and propel you forward. The ones who do not will fade away naturally. Recognize the shift, embrace the lesson, and keep moving forward. God is orchestrating your environment to match the magnitude of the door He is preparing for you. When the right door opens, You will look back and realize that every change in your circle was exactly what you needed to step into your greatest season. When God is about to open your biggest door, one of the clearest signs is a deeper hunger rising within you. It starts as a quiet stir, almost unnoticeable at first, but over time it grows into a persistent longing for more purpose, more clarity, more alignment with what truly matters. This hunger is not for temporary pleasures or material success. It is a spiritual and emotional yearning that signals God is expanding your capacity for the blessings and responsibilities He is preparing to release. You may notice that things that once satisfied you no longer do. Old routines, old achievements, even old relationships may no longer bring the fulfillment they once did. That dissatisfaction is not accidental. It is God's way of awakening you to the next level. The hunger pushes you to seek Him more earnestly. It compels you to pray with intensity, to study His Word with greater diligence, and to position yourself in environments that encourage growth and alignment with your calling. This internal stirring also motivates self-reflection. As the hunger grows, you begin to evaluate your life, your habits, your mindset, and your choices. You ask yourself difficult questions. Am I living fully in my purpose? Am I ready for what God has prepared for me? These moments of reflection are crucial because they prepare your heart and mind to handle greater opportunities and responsibilities. Hunger also builds resilience. When you are genuinely hungry for breakthrough, you are willing to endure waiting, overcome setbacks, and persist through challenges. You develop a tenacity that cannot be shaken by temporary failure or discouragement because the longing inside drives you forward. It is this hunger that creates the space for God to fill you with what you need for your next season. It aligns your desires with His plans and primes you to receive what is coming. The intensity of this longing often correlates with the magnitude of the door that is about to open. The bigger the breakthrough, the greater the hunger God instills because He is expanding your capacity to handle it wisely and responsibly. So if you feel restless, if your spirit feels unsettled, and if your current circumstances no longer satisfy you, understand that this is not a curse, it is a sign. God is stirring something inside you, preparing you for a new level, a new opportunity, a new season that requires more than your current capacity. This hunger is the invitation to grow, to trust, and to position yourself for the biggest door of your life. Listen to it, honor it, and let it drive you closer to God's plan. One of the most unmistakable signs that God is preparing to open your biggest door is unexplainable faith. This is a faith that defies logic, that rises above circumstances, and that refuses to give up even when everything around you seems uncertain. It is the quiet, unshakable confidence that no matter how impossible the situation looks, God is at work behind the scenes, orchestrating every detail for your good. You may not know how the breakthrough will come. You may not see the path clearly, and you may not understand the timing. But deep inside, there is a conviction that God is moving. This kind of faith does not depend on visible proof or immediate results. It thrives in the midst of doubt, in the middle of storms, and when doors seem closed. Unexplainable faith allows you to stand strong when fear and anxiety try to take hold. It keeps you moving forward when others might quit, because you are anchored in the belief that God is faithful and that His promises will never fail. This faith often shows itself in small, consistent acts of obedience. You continue to work, to pray, to serve, and to prepare yourself. Even when the results are not visible, you make decisions guided by hope and trust, not by the fear of failure. The more you act in faith, the stronger it grows, and the more aligned you become with the timing of God's plan. Unexplainable faith is also a sign of maturity. It indicates that your trust is not superficial or dependent on circumstances. It is rooted in your understanding of God's character and his unwavering love. It allows you to rejoice in hope, to be patient in tribulation, and to remain steadfast in prayer. This faith is the signal that you are ready for the responsibility and opportunity of the door that is about to open. It prepares your heart to receive blessings without doubt, to step into purpose without hesitation, and to navigate challenges with confidence. When you feel this faith rising within you, it is God's way of saying that your breakthrough is near. The circumstances may still look uncertain, but your spirit knows the truth. What God has promised will not fail. Unexplainable faith is not just a feeling. It is the evidence of God preparing your heart, mind, and life for the extraordinary doors he is about to open. Trust it, nurture it, and let it carry you boldly into your next season. As we draw this message to a close, remember this: God is never idle. Every season of pressure, every delay, every closed door, every shift in your circle, every stir of hunger, and every unshakable faith is part of his divine preparation. He is arranging, aligning, and equipping you for a door that is far greater than you have imagined. What may feel like struggle today is actually training for triumph tomorrow. What seems like waiting is actually positioning for breakthrough. What looks like loss is actually a redirection toward your purpose. Do not despise the process. Do not rush the timing. Do not fear the changes around you. Instead, trust that every sign, every challenge, and every stirring in your spirit is evidence that God is at work, preparing you to step into your biggest season yet. Keep walking in faith, keep nurturing your hunger, keep trusting his timing, and keep your eyes on the door that only he can open. When it finally swings wide, you will look back and realize that every trial, every test, and every moment of preparation was necessary to bring you exactly where you are meant to be. Your breakthrough is coming. Your season of favor is near. And the door God has prepared for you will be greater than anything you could have planned or imagined. Step forward with courage, step forward with faith, and step forward with confidence, because God is ready to open your biggest door.